Hello, everybody. Hang on, give me a second here. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. How are y'all doing today? Hi, Axel. How you doing? So someone actually brought this up to me. I think it was Chisana that brought this up to me today, but, so she brought this up, and apparently, if you guys actually, wait, hang on, let me, something a little bit more relaxing. There we go, got that lo-fi jazz going. Which, honestly, what's kind of funny with the lo-fi jazz, I wanted to play it only for, mouse, what is it, like, mouse for hire, but I've kind of grown to actually really like the lo-fi jazz. It kind of sets the mood. But yeah, so I want to kind of go over this little trailer that Shisana brought up today, and it gave me like an absolute rush of childhood nostalgia. But no, how's everyone else doing today? How is everyone's Saturday going? Rubber ducky, okay. Let me see here. There we go. There we go. And actually... But yeah, so what's funny was that, so I went on a hike today, right? So me and my stepdad, we went on a hike today, and actually, let me set the timer for Rubber Ducky here. All right, there we go. But yeah, so we went on a hike today on top of a mountain, and I took a couple of pictures of them, and I posted them on my Twitter. Let me actually pull them up real quick, so we brought 2 of the 4 dogs with us. So they brought them. So my stepdad brought in the mini Aussie, and I brought Nanook because that boy needs to burn off his energy. Right? So he needs to burn off his energy. So we went on this really nice hike. I don't know what the hike is called, or the mountain is called, but let me pull it up here real quick. There we go. So we went on this hike here, right? I don't know what mountain this is. I know Maine has a ton of mountains, but this place was really nice, right? This place is actually like really, really nice. And I brought Nanook with me. And my Steam Deck doesn't work with Rubber Ducky, so I gotta do this manually. Give me a second here. There we go, perfect. But yeah, so I brought Nanook with me. And the hiking wasn't bad. The hiking was not bad. Now, to get to the top of this mountain here... Okay, so to get to the top of this mountain here, the path is a little bit out of the way. It's about, like, I want to say, like, a 2-mile hike. I want to say it's about a 2-mile hike. And so, literally, the first thing that I did, I was like, oh, man, this peak is really nice. Like, this is such a great view. The first thing I did was take a piss. Like, the first thing that you think of when you want to go on top of a mountain is not just look at the glorious view, not look at like, oh wow, I can see everything from down here. Like, oh wow, I can see everything from up here. Wow, this is great. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna take a piss. I'm just gonna take a piss right on the side of the mountain in front of, well, I basically peed where there was like no like concealment. So luckily there were no hikers that were coming our way. Which is funny because there were hikers coming our way, just thankfully after we had our little break. Husky energy is best. Oh yeah, no, like Nanook is great, right? Nanook is No, he's really good. It's just he's also a younger husky. Right? So, like, he's a younger husky. So, he's very, very hyper. And the other thing is that he doesn't have any other dogs to play with that are his size. Now, we do have pissing in the open very man mode. Oh, it is. Oh, it's absolutely 100% very man mode. Oh, it absolutely is. Just sit like, and I would feel bad if these were like tourists too, sitting there going like, oh wow, you know, I'm going to Maine for the first time. This is so great. Why is it raining? Oh, it's not raining. It's some random jackass peeing. So it's some random jackass giving us the R. Kelly treatment. But no, it was good. No, it was really good. But the problem with Nanook is that if he doesn't go to daycare, if he doesn't have any form of stimulant... Hi, Lilac. I hope you're behaving today. Yes, very good, Lilac. It is my puppy. But yeah, so if he doesn't have anybody to play with or to burn out his energy, he does get very rowdy. And the sad thing is that the girls, they are all smaller dogs. So we have like a mini Aussie... We have a Sheltie who is even tiny by Sheltie standards. And we have a small little black dog who's like a Terrier Basset mix. So they're all very small dogs. The saddest thing is that the little black dog, she is Nanook's age. It's just, unfortunately for Nanook, he likes to roughhouse. She doesn't like to roughhouse. Right? She does not like to roughhouse. Well, she does, but she likes to roughhouse with, you know, on her own terms and with the other dogs, right? Oh, hang on, wrong model. Is it? Yeah, it's the wrong model. I need to make a note to, like, get rid of one of those. There we go. Okay. But yeah, no, like, it was fun. It was actually a very fun little trip. Got to see something called I think it was called, like, the Devil's Den, which looks like a small little opening for a cave of some kind. Now, I like to be a little bit adventurous sometimes, but spelunking is not spelunking is not on my menu for fun activities, because personally I don't want to get stuck in a cave where the last thing that I will see before I shed my mortal coil from, you know, exposure and everything like that, is complete and total darkness, and knowing that a bunch of little cave goblins are gonna gnaw on my bones. Cave goblins, I mean things like, say, bats, rats, maybe foxes, or other animals that want to live in the cave. It's kind of horrifying, but at the same time, cave stuff is actually kind of interesting because of the different types of animals that actually live in caves that have adapted to total blindness. Not only that, but also on a paleological level, caves are actually very interesting as well, because that's where we, as humans, have basically kind of established like our own culture, or kind of like established like what makes us human, because we started to do things like cave art, basic rudimentary housing, all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting. And some other interesting elements about caves, funny enough, is that there are some caves in South America that are made by what are known as giant ground sloths. In fact, actually, let me see something real quick. Let me do this, because I want to show you guys these caves, because these are pretty fucking fascinating. Let me see. So giant ground sloth caves. Giant ground sloth caves. Here we go. Perfect. So let me move this over. Let me move this over here. And then we'll go over this video game trailer that just dropped. So these are all caves. These are caves that were dug out by this. That is kind of scary to think that something like this, that looks like a natural cave, was actually dug out. It was basically a glorified burrow by that. By this hulking monstrosity. And again, these are known as giant ground sloths. These are pretty much what it says on the tin. These are ancient relatives of things like the three-toed sloth. That is horrifying that these things have big enough claws and are strong enough to basically just carve out caves in rock. And they're big enough for a human to walk through comfortably. Yeah, no, like that is utterly terrifying. And God knows what other kind of animals that could actually call these things home. Because remember, sometimes some animals will just move in into like something that another animal made. Take a good example, things like burrowing owls. They will live in holes that were made by gopher tortoises. So God knows what actually would call this home after a ground sloth left, right? So things like maybe like, you know, giant cats, short-faced bears, humans. You know, the sky's the limit with these kind of things. It's kind of scary. But also, this is why I love paleontology. It's fascinating. Anyway. So something that Chisana brought up to me today, and I wanted to go over this because it's gotten me so excited. So if any of you are like my age, so like if you're like in your 30s or something like that, and you grew up in like the early to mid 2000s and had a gaming console, you more than likely saw this or own this game. So what I'm talking about is this. So apparently, and this got me really excited. So apparently there is going to be a remake. A remaster of Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Arguably one of the best Godzillas, if not the best Godzilla game we have ever gotten. So what this is that it was basically like Tekken or Street Fighter, but with Godzilla and other kaiju. It was basically like Gigabash before Gigabash was a thing. And they actually dropped a trailer for this that I want to go over because I'm really excited about this. So this had essentially almost the entirety of Toho's kaiju roster at the time. Not only that, but also with some extra unique monsters dedicated for those games. And I mean, they included just about everything. They included things like Showa era Godzilla, Millennium Godzilla, Gigan, Ghidorah, Anguirus, I think even Varon. There were some kaiju that were missing, but like the roster they had was insane. Again, at the time. Oh my god, this looks so good! This is my first time actually watching this too. They got the classic wars in it. Oh, I want to round up. I want to round up and do like collabs with people. I need to start making some requests and messaging some people for when this game comes out, because I want to collab with people and play this game. Oh man, that looks so good. And then we get Mechagodzilla. So, oh, please tell me it's coming out on Steam. Please tell me it's coming out on Steam. Hang on, let me see here. Let me see here. Godzilla destroy all monsters melee remaster. Let's see here. Destroy all monsters. Oh, it is. It's coming to Steam. Oh, it's coming to Steam. Hang on. How much is it? How much is it? Because I need to start messaging some people. Let's see here. Godzilla. How much is it? Godzilla destroy all monsters melee. Oh, it's coming out November. Yeah, I'm adding that to my wish list. So, I don't know if he was in the original game because I think he was in the sequel, which was Godzilla Save the Earth. But I love that we actually get Showa era Mechagodzilla. I love the fact that we are actually getting Showa era Mechagodzilla. And in terms of like console games, right? So in terms of console games, I don't think we've gotten a Godzilla game for consoles or anything outside of like say cameos and what was it like cameos and I think mobile games since Godzilla PlayStation for the PlayStation 4. I want to say. So this was touted as like the best Godzilla game and has a very, very active fandom. I actually know one of the people that does mods for this game, and I think she's gonna have a absolute time and a half with this. My friend Toku Society, I think she works on like modding and stuff like that, or I know she's like very prominent in the community for like kaiju stuff. But anyway, but yeah, so this is going to look really, really good. But yeah, so this was like the best Godzilla game we've had because of also with the amount of monsters we've had. Now it had a sequel called Godzilla Save the Earth, which was also really good. That one had a lot of other kaiju in it as well, on top of things like original kaiju specifically made for that game. And what's cool is that this was, I think, the first time we've gotten multiple Godzillas in one game. So this had Heisei era Godzilla. This had Millennium Godzilla. It had did it have Showa? Wait, hang on, let me see here real quick. Because I want to say it also had Showa era Godzilla. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me actually do Godzilla Save the Earth. Because that one had a wider roster. Godzilla Save the Earth. Now, I want to see them do Godzilla Save the Earth now. Okay, here we go. So, for Godzilla Save the Earth, my PC would like to load. All right, so we have, so for Godzilla Save the Earth, we have Anguirus, Baragon, Destroyer, Giga, 90s Godzilla, 2000s Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, Godzilla 3, so that would be Kiryu, Mecha Godzilla 2, which is Heisei era, Mechaguirus, Megalon, Mogura, Mothra, Orga, Rodan, Space Godzilla. Unplayable kaiju were Batra, Ebera, and Millennium, which is just I think that's the form before Orga. And then it had like a wide variety of scrapped kaiju too. So we had like for scrapped kaiju, we had Biollante, Titanosaurus, Hedra, Batra, Varon, Super Mecha Godzilla, Showa Mecha Godzilla, Godzilla 54, Rainbow Mothra. Now that one would be kind of interesting, but it would be very confusing to see. Hi Chisana. Hang on, let me give you a shout out real quick. How are you doing, Chisana? We were going over the Godzilla trailer that you sent, or that you DM'd me today. Let's see here. Yeah, of course. So now for Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, however, it had a shorter roster, but that is okay. See here. Oh yeah, they also had Godzilla Unleashed. Yeah, they also had Godzilla Unleashed. I remember that one had the original kaiju. So for this one, let me go down the roster here. Yeah, because they wanted to kind of like categorize the kaiju into like different categories. Because you had like alien, space, mutant, which was weird. I didn't get that one. I'm doing okay, just extremely tired. Yeah, because you were like, you've been really, really busy these past couple of days. Hi, Lumi. Okay, so hear me out. I'm a big dinosaur, so I know I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm. Uh-huh. Hang on, let me give you a shout out real quick. How you doing today, Lumi? Wait, what time is it over there? Let me see here. I saw this and I thought I had to show you. My best friend showed this to me. He used to play it when I was a kid. Yeah, no, like Godzilla Destroy All Monsters is a really, really good Godzilla game. Hang on, fucking Christ. I hate this shout out cooldown. Yeah, no, you need to get some sleep because I think that's like what, 11? It's like 11:30 over here. Now, I'm really wanting to see if they will do the other Pipework Godzilla games. There we go. Nah, uh-huh. No, just make sure that you're not overtaxing yourself. Sleep is for the weak, uh-huh. You know, I say that every single night, and then I fall asleep almost immediately. Let me see here real quick. I just want a list. I don't need like the entirety of the like the different factions. Let me see here. Godzilla Save the Earth. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Let me do Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee roster. Let me see here. Go to Goji. Oh wait, here we go. Toho Kingdom. Duh. I could just do this. Yeah, so Destroy All Monsters Melee had like a smaller roster. But I had a wonderful snack day. Nice. My favorite restaurant opened back up again, and I got my favorite carrot. Okay, honestly, I haven't had a carrot cake in a very, very long time, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I haven't had a carrot cake since I was like a fucking kid. Yeah, I haven't had a carrot cake since I was like a kid. And I'm trying, Oreo coffee. I kind of fuck with Oreo coffee. That actually sounds pretty good. No, like that genuinely sounds really, really good. Hang on, let me show the roster here real quick. So yeah, the roster for this game was pretty small, but it was about having fun with your friends. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand nowadays is like this showed like you don't need Xbox Live and stuff like that. You just need a good old LAN party and some friends to come over and just have fun. So the roster here for Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. So we have Anguirus Destroyer Gigan. So that's Showa era Gigan. 90s Godzilla, Millennium Godzilla, Heisei or 90s Ghidorah, Godzilla 2, Kiryu, aka Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla 3, Mecha King Ghidorah, Megalon, Orga, and Heisei/90s Rodan. And as an evening meal, I had pasta. Oh, see, I love pasta, but I can't eat it. I can't eat pasta. Yeah, no, this was like a super fun game. And then the sequel was really good, but I didn't play the other game. I did not play the other Pipework Godzilla game. Now, the last time we had like a console Godzilla game, to my knowledge, just a full-blown Godzilla game, no like special crossover, no special cameo game. I'm talking about just full-blown Godzilla game. I think the last time we had that was about 10 years ago, or over 10 years ago, which was on the PlayStation 4, which is just called Godzilla. Hey, Ranma, how you doing? But yeah, so this one right here, due to like some legal mumbo jumbo, this is now an extremely rare game. I mean, I'm talking like this game is worth literally almost $1,000 if you have it sealed. I have this game. I have this. I got rid of all my PlayStation games except for this baby. I got this at GameStop for $25. And I love it. I'm not parting with it. I will literally be buried with this. I'm not joking. I will literally be buried with this. But yeah, so this was probably the only Godzilla game we've gotten that was like strictly Godzilla for a console for a very long time, if I remember correctly. There were other games out there as well. Like I remember there was City Shrouded in Shadow. That's what it was. City Shrouded in Shadow, which was kind of like an escape simulator where you run through the streets of like Tokyo or other Japanese cities during various attacks. So things like they had like things like from Patlabor, they had Evangelion, they had Gamera, Ultraman, and of course Godzilla. So it was kind of interesting. The other thing about this game that was actually really kind of funny was the scaling. In this game. This game was kind of funny because there will be sometimes you'll find like kaiju that are like, you know, you can look at them in the eye like this one right here, but there'll be other times where they're like midget height and they come up to your fucking groin. I remember fighting Showa era Mechagodzilla, and he came, and I was playing as the 2014 Godzilla, and he only came up to his, I think it was like his groin. It was kind of funny. Now, what's also kind of funny about this game is that, so this was also like a weird tie-in to both the Hotel Gracery, because they do feature it pretty prominently in the game, but also with Tamashii Nation / SH Monster Arts. Also, Lumi, thank you for streaking 5 times. Thank you. But yeah, so what's kind of interesting with these games is that, so for the models here, right? So for the models for Godzilla and some other kaiju in this game, they used the SH Monster Art figures as templates, or actually as the CAD models. They actually just scanned in the toys for this game, and it shows. It really does show. Mainly, you can see this with King Ghidorah, right? You can pretty much see this with King Ghidorah, where you can really kind of see the cut where the joints would be on the figure if you look pretty closely at him. Now I gotta go because I'm tired now. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for stopping by, Lumi. It really means a lot to see you here. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Let me see here. Can I show a video of it? Here we go. Hang on, let me lower the music real quick. It's very strange. Like you can kind of see, like, mainly like in his necks and his tails, where you can kind of see where the joints would be. Hell, you can kind of see it in his leg there. There's like a little cut there on the leg. You can kind of see it in the wings. Like, you can really see it in the necks. It's really weird. Let me see if I can get a good shot at the neck. Yeah, like right there, you can really kind of see the cut where the joints would be. You can see it in the tails here. It's really odd. And so, if they didn't have like a monster art figure to base the 3D model on, I think they used the X Plus statues, and or I want to say the Reveltech, for at least for Anguirus, because this came out in 2014, and we just got a monster art Anguirus figure relatively recent, and the same thing goes for characters like, say, Hedorah, where we also got, we got a monster art figure of Hedorah, but it was like much later. So I think they based that one off of the X Plus statue. But it was an okay game. They got the weight of the kaiju down. Like, it felt heavy. Like, it felt pretty heavy. But at the same time, that's also the biggest downfall of it, is that it also made the game very slow. Now, with Destroy All Monsters Melee, it played like a fighting game. The characters are faster, everyone felt lighter, but it also was a lot more fun. And it's just kind of funny because Godzilla for the PlayStation 4, I think it was made with the whole idea in mind that they were going to try to make a quote-unquote proper kaiju game. But fans just were like, hey, we just want the Pipeworks games back. And now we finally got them. Yeah, now we've finally got the Pipeworks games back. And I need to start reaching out to people like, hey, do you want to collab? Hey, do you want to smack monsters with me? Like, it'd be fun. But no, I am so excited for this because that was not on my bucket list for this year. Was that we were gonna get a Godzilla game, but also chat. Also, fucking Monster Hunter Wild came out of nowhere with a steel fucking chair, right? Monster Hunter Wild came out of the blue with this announcement, but apparently, they're gonna be launching a new expansion, and not only are they launching a brand new expansion, but they're also gonna be adding some new what is it, like some new monsters. Well, they're gonna add some returning monsters, but I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, but I want to show you guys. This right here got me so excited. This right here got me so excited, chat. Is that we are finally getting Lao Shanlong and Kushala Daura, the Steel Dragon. This is my second favorite Elder Dragon. I love Kushula Daura. But also, we're getting my favorite Elder Dragon. We are getting my favorite Elder Dragon in this game. And I lost my shit when I saw this last night. So, my favorite Elder Dragon is Lao Shan Lung, the Mountain Dragon. Like, I never fought this guy, right? I got introduced into the franchise long after he was introduced. But what was kind of cool with Lao here is that you just didn't fight Lao. It was like an entire spectacle. It took an entire fortress to take this bad boy down. I think he was like the OG kaiju dragon. Because that's kind of what it felt like when you fought Lao Shan Lung. Because you had to use things like Dragonators. You had to use all these different tools in it, and you had to fight him in a fortress. Just, oh my god, I can't wait for 2027. So that means I now have to get back on Monster Hunter. So that means now I gotta get back on Monster Hunter Wild and start grinding so that way I can be all caught up.
Wyveria negated the weight of buildings and mounted the sky.
Oh, I can't wait!
I can't stop wondering, how can all this exist up amongst the clouds?
So this guy is a new wyvern. I don't know what he's called, but looking at like his overall build, it's giving me some PTSD. And how he attacks with like sound. It really reminds me of the Kuropeko. The Kuropeko is a wyvern that gives me a lot of PTSD. Let me see. So the Kuropeko. Monster Hunter. The Kuropeko. I thought it was Kuro. No, the Kuropeko. All right. Yeah, so this fucking turkey gives me so much PTSD. This motherfucker. Right, where is he at? Yeah, here we go. So, this motherfucker. So, if you have never fought the Kuropeko is a bird wyvern which has a very, very, very annoying ability to mimic other monster calls. Not only can he mimic monster calls, but he can summon them. So he can imitate anywhere between things like a Rathalos to a fucking Devil Joe. And this thing also can blind your ass with the two little thumb claws he's got going. And I remember fighting I think it was a Rathalos. I remember it was like a hunt where I had to hunt down a Rathalos. And I had to capture the Rathalos. And this fucker comes in, calls in a Devil Joe. Devil Joe kills the Rathalos. And I failed the quest. Yeah, no, fuck this thing. This thing gives me so much PTSD. And that's what this little bastard reminds me of. Yeah, no, that's what this little fucker reminds me of. Especially when it comes to his little thumb claws and that call. But this is really cool. So it looks like he can summon more of these other wyverns. And they kind of act almost like a fighter jet squadron. So it looks like the main gimmick for this guy is that they have like a hard, almost like a hard keratinous sheath, or like, yeah, almost like a sheath or like a covering, and they just dive bomb. That is fucking cool. This is cool. So I guess that's now the new gimmick. Is that you can kind of like charge up like this glove here and it can amp up attacks. Now oh, what the fuck? Okay, so maybe it can only work with certain weapons, because I want to know, can this work with a charge blade? Since I'm a charge blade main, I want to know, can this actually work with the charge blade? And if so, that's nasty. So with this glove right here, you could essentially fire like a light bow gun, and you kind of turn into Barret from Final Fantasy VII. So it's like a rocket punch almost.
With just their presence, a moving natural disaster.
Too powerful to tame, too difficult to reproduce. Sounds like
The thing that really made me go ooh and awe about Kushala Daora was so I will never forget this because it was kind of cool. So you see this guy kind of molting, and then almost like a weird insect, he pops out of his own skin, like fully fledged as like an adult Kushala Daora. Let me see here if I can find it. Kushala Daora. I think it's called Ecology, yeah. Yep, here it is. Man, this thing's old. Yeah, 14 years old, Jesus. Here we go. Like, it sounds like rusted metal. But this is so cool. Like, he's molting like an insect. That is cool as hell. And then it just kind of hardens. That is so cool. I love Kushala Daora. And I also love it because it's so simple. The design for it is so like I love Elder Dragons that are very simple. Right? They're very, very, very simple in their design. So things like what is it? Safi Jiva. I love Safi Jiva's design. Let me see here. Safi Jiva. I love its overall design just because it's simple. It's a simple dragon design. It's not balls to the wall, crazy design. It's not like a fantastical, bombastic design. It's a simple red dragon. Right? It's a simple red dragon. And I love that about Safi Jiva. And then the same thing goes for things like Kushala Daora. Kushala Daora is just this very simple metal dragon that looks like it could be from like Dungeons and Dragons. Hi Scorpy, how you doing? Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. But yeah, I love things like that. And the same thing goes for Lao Shanlong, because it's just this big ass like kaiju dragon. Nice, let's go. I'm glad you're doing good. Right now we are just talking about the new update for Monster Hunter Wild, because they just dropped a new region, some new kaiju, and then also thank you for redeeming first. But also they announced returning kaiju, returning monsters like Kushala Daora and Lao Shanlong. So this is where you fight Lao Shanlong in a fortress. And the cool thing about the whole fight with Lao is that when you're fighting Lao, you learn that he's just migrating slash running away. He's apparently they're scared. That's why they're going through this path on top. I think it was like on top of like a migrational pattern, but also apparently they seem to be running away from something. And what did we go for? We did, yes. We did. Also, hi Paleo, how you doing? And what I love about things like that, and it makes things like the Monster Hunter worlds feel so real, is because a lot of the times these monsters aren't being malicious. Like with Lao, like a lot of entries about Lao Shanlong talk about how it destroys villages and cities and fortresses simply because they're just in the way of its migrational like routes. That's it. And this thing is big enough to just walk right through. It's like, what are you gonna fucking do? Right? Like, what are you gonna do about it? I love this. And it kind of makes it all the sadder because you basically have to kill this animal that is both running away from something and it's just going about its business and just kind of going down the same route that its ancestors have done. And apparently it might be running away from Fatalis, because Fatalis is basically a walking apocalypse. Lao is just a big guy who's just walking through. And someone put a village, in his like, his walking path. That kind of makes it a little bit sadder. But yeah, I'm so excited about this. And I'm going to try to gather up a lot of friends and be like, all right, we're going to raid Lao Shanlong. But yes, we went over the Gundam game yesterday. We also went over the new Godzilla game today, and also the new Monster Hunter update. But it makes me wonder what other I keep wanting to say kaiju now. What other monsters that we're getting in this update? Because we only saw 3. Yeah, so we only saw 3 of them. So let me see here. So, Monster Hunter Wilds update monsters. Let's see here. So we got Lagiacrus, Regios, okay. Is it an expansion or is it like an update? Because I think it's just a new expansion that's coming out. Let me see here. What is it called? Ascendant. Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance. Okay, so Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's see here. Ascendance. Here we go. New monsters. So, okay, so there's really no other news outside of like what we just saw. Although it says here we're also getting a flying fish type flying wyvern. A unique, original, aquatic-themed creature that soars through the clouds and dive bombs players. I don't think that was shown in the trailer. Yeah, I don't think that was shown in the trailer. Okay. Weird. Okay. All right, so. But no, like this is getting me really excited. I'm eating good today. I am 100% eating fucking good this year. No, next year I'm going to be eating so good. You have no idea, chat. But I also want to sit here and say before I take a quick little pee break and all that kind of stuff, I do want to mention that I am an affiliate with HobbyLinkJapan. HobbyLinkJapan is your #1 hobby store for all of your anime figure and your Gunpla needs. Use my chat command code !HLJ, take you directly to their website. They do ship worldwide, and the best thing about HobbyLinkJapan is that they all come straight from Japan. I am also an affiliate with Waifu Wares. Use my chat command code Waifu, take you directly to their website. Use my code GROWLBROWN at checkout for 15% off on all of your online purchases. All right, so there we go. I had to get my plugs out of the way because I have been yapping a bit. Because we are at the hour mark, so I'm going to take a quick little. Oh shoot. Okay, hold up. I just remembered something. I just remembered something that I wanted to kind of go over. So you guys know how I have been playing Halo, right? So you guys know how I've been playing Halo, right? Now, while I was kind of scrolling around, right? So while I was scrolling around, I found this little mod. Right, I found this little mod that that does kind of like a big overhaul for Combat Evolved. And it makes it a lot, like, to me, it makes it a lot better and a lot more immersive. And they do a ton of lore drops, including and not limited to things like Fireteam Raven. Which, if you don't know Fireteam Raven is a kind of like a rail shooter that you would find in arcades. And it is canon with Halo. It is canon with the wider scope of Halo. And I think that's really cool that they actually added this. So, let me see here. And I think I liked the video because I think there was a video of someone playing this modded campaign. Like, the people here did a lot of work on it, and I really want to play it. It's called Sabopool's Combat Evolved. Here we go. So, let me just do this. Okay. We're not gonna... Let me actually skip some of the cutscenes. Well, no, let me show you a little bit of some of these cutscenes because they did a lot of extensive work. Like, I think that right there is modded, if I remember correctly. So there's Threshold, because I don't think Threshold was that visible in the original game. Like, the graphics here alone look really, really nice. Like, they really cleaned it up.
Cortana, all I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
So I'm just going to kind of skip a little bit just because. So this right here, they modded this. So in the original game, you couldn't see the Covenant ships. Which also kind of adds a little bit more to when the conversation between Captain Keyes and Cortana, where they say, I think we all know the answer to that. And how did they get here first? But you don't see the Covenant ships. Here, they actually add a little bit more context, which I really like.
A blind jump. How did they
Get here first? The Covenant ships have always been faster. As for
Yeah, so looking back on it, it's kind of weird how they say, how did they get here first? But yet we don't see any of the ships. Now, that might also just be limitations of the technology at the time. But yeah, now we actually have some visual context to that.
Tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark. Yeah.
So they add a lot to this. And they add like some funny little details here. So, like, right in here. So, like, when the Warthog... So, in the original cutscene, we do see, like, a couple of Marines actually drive a Warthog in here. And we don't really see that. We don't see this in the original cutscene.
Move like you got a purpose.
And we got, like, different variety of troopers.
That they could not have picked a worse enemy than the human race. We are going to blow the hell out of those dumb bugs until we don't have anything left to shoot them with. And then we are...
Alright, so we're going to skip here a little bit. So I'm going to try to figure out how to download this mod. Because there's a lot going on. And it's got me all nerding out. Also, we got an ad break, but that's fine. I'm just going to show this. Okay, so this one right here, now, I don't think that's... I don't know who that's supposed to be. I want to say that's supposed to be Linda. Yeah, I want to say that's Linda. Because, to my knowledge, there were only 2 Spartan 2s on the Pillar of Autumn. There was John, and then there's Linda. Linda is in cryosleep. I think this is just a nice little reference to the original Combat Evolved, because Master Chief did have this little antenna here. So, we saw that right there. So, there's another type of Marine. That is, he's from Halo Wars. You can tell by the heavily armored and also like the balaclava on his face. So, so this is kind of interesting here too. So if we back up a little bit, we can see things like ODSTs, because the Pillar of Autumn did actually have its own little garrison or its own little unit of ODSTs. Which is where Fireteam Raven comes in. They also added a lot of other like weapons as well. So, and they looks like they also added different types of animations as well. So, if I were to just kind of skip a little bit.
Report.
So, if I were to skip here. Yeah, so the animation is different, and I believe the model is different now. I think they scaled it down. Because, yeah, the pistol in the original game was pretty big. Here, they definitely scaled it down. I think, yeah, the reload animation is different, and so is the melee damage, or the melee as well is different. To my knowledge, I think the reloading animation for the rifle is different. Yeah, so in the original game, Master Chief would actually cock not the rifle, but the Magnum or the pistol. It would actually be like center focus, like right up here. It's pretty high up. Like they did a lot of like work on this, and I really want to play this so badly. Now they also added the SMG. Now I also saw in like screenshots they also added things like the carbine. They added the carbine and also the Avenger, which is a type of I guess you could say it's a submachine gun. Oh, they also added in the battle rifle. So, right there. So, that is, I believe that is the Avenger, I think is what it's called. It's called the Avenger. It was very famous in the novel, The Ghosts of Onyx. what it is that it's kind of like, it's almost like a weird hybrid of the assault rifle and the SMG. And I believe in lore, it is I think it's an SMG.
What the hell?
It's a type of SMG.
Move it! Back to the airlock!
But this will, yeah, that's actually pretty clean. That reload animation.
They're using our lifeboat airlocks to attach their boarding craft. We go out and they come in. Clever bastards.
So if we go a little bit more. So lore-wise, this kind of breaks the lore a little bit, right? So also they added this really nice animation for the melee, for the battle rifle. So lore-wise, and also you can kind of see there the Jackal is using a human pistol. So lore-wise, and the reason why we don't see Jackals on the Pillar of Autumn is because lore-wise, the elites don't like the Jackals being on human ships. And basically you can kind of boil it down to just racism. Because technically speaking, Jackals are not part of the Covenant. They are mercenaries. They are pirates. And Jackals have this nasty habit of going on human ships, and they will pillage. They will basically pilch whatever is not bolted to the ground. Basically, they will steal it. They'll steal weapons. They'll steal valuables. They'll steal, I think, even AI if they really could. Like I said, if it's not bolted to the ground, they will steal it. Because again, they are pirates. They are one of the few. Oh, you can also use the energy sword in this game too. I didn't even realize that. That's really cool. But yeah, I think they're one of the few Covenant species that liked using human weapons because they didn't really see the big deal. Elites didn't want to touch human weapons just because they saw them as dirty. Brutes, on the other hand, they had no qualms with using human weapons. They actually liked human weapons. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a lore break, but I'm not gonna really bitch and moan. Yeah, personally, I'm not gonna bitch and moan about it. It's fun. Now, I will say they did reuse the sound effect for the Warthog chain gun for the Avenger. Mainly because it's like, well, there's only like a certain amount of things that you could really use for Combat Evolved. And we never really got this weapon as a playable thing until Infinite. Now, this is cool too. So they added Spec Ops. They added Spec Op Elites and Grunts on the first level. That's really cool. And I'm wondering if this is oh, what's his name? I think it's Sessa Refami, who was this. So I believe that's his name, Sessa Refami, and his elite cohort. I think his name is Yap Yap. I think it was Yap Yap. Basically, they were tracking the Master Chief throughout the entirety of the game, and I believe that is him. Yeah, I want to say that is Sessa. So the modders here did a lot of work. I mean, they even got things like the Reach grunt designs for the armor here to fit in the Combat Evolved graphics. That is insane. That is actually kind of bonkers. So we got shotguns. Oh, yep. And we see stuff like this too. And I believe that audio was from Fireteam Raven. But this right here is really cool. We get to see this Marine skewered on a wall by an energy sword. Yeah, like I said, I think that audio is from Fireteam Raven. Again, the modders for this did a lot of lore inclusion. Because for Halo Combat Evolved alone, there was a lot going on that we did not see in the first game. Like, that is insane. Because I think that was an Ultra. Yeah, see, they use the Warthog's chain gun sound for the Avenger, but also, I mean, like, what else are you gonna do with it? So, and it's really cool that we actually get things like the energy sword too. Like, this is this is really in depth. Let me see if I can find Fireteam Raven. And then they also included this. So they included the chain gun. I don't know if that is original to this, but I think that's cut content.
Blast doors closing. We have to use the ship's maintenance access ways.
And I want to say... Let me see if I can skip a little bit ahead. This is really cool. So they also included the honor guards from Halo 2. Which I don't think honor guards were in the Pillar of Autumn during the siege, but this is still really cool to see, though. Yeah, I think how he reloads, I think that's called monkey gripping. I want to say. So, okay, so this is where Linda is. So Linda is not really John's love interest, but she is a childhood friend of the Master Chief, aka John. And during the fall of Reach, she was fatally injured and was brought aboard the Pillar of Autumn. But that's like a whole story in of itself about how she came back to life. It involved Dr. Halsey and a lot of cloning of her, I believe, like her internal organs. Because she got fucked up. Yeah, here we go. So these people right here, these are Fireteam Raven from the... Yep, so these are Fireteam Raven from the rail shooter game, Halo Fireteam Raven. That is an absolutely insane lore inclusion. And they also are in their coordinated colors and weapons. Because so each member of Fireteam Raven also had like assigned weapons and roles. So like you had one that was a sniper, one was a heavy, one was a CQC specialist. That is a really, really cool, but also a very, like, lore in-depth inclusion. Like, that is nuts. Hell, I think what's even more insane than including Fireteam Raven was the inclusion of Sesa Refami. So when I get around to playing Halo Combat Evolved, I'm gonna try to download this because there's more. There is a lot more that goes on in this mod than just this. Right, there's a lot more. I'll show you guys real quick, and then I really gotta pee. I just wanted to show this off real quick. But yeah, it's called Sabopool's Halo Combat Evolve Overhaul 2.0. So, let me see here. Like, this is very in-depth. Like, we have things like uh skewered marines on like brute. I think these are like brute totems. I don't know. Again, I don't know who that is. I think that's just like a little nod to the original Master Chief design. So we have jackals using human weapons. The silent cartographer, the silent cartographer level has been completely overhauled. I think even they actually included brutes, which I think is really cool, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's lore accurate, because if I remember correctly, I read it somewhere where it sat there and said that the reason why we don't have brutes on Halo during this game is because Thel 'Vadam, or Thel 'Vadamee, the Arbiter, did not want brutes in his fleet because he just did not trust them. So, boil it down to good old racism. So here we have an elite using the carbine. We have different types of jackals. So they're using the Halo 2 jackal design. We have the troop carrier warthog, which is really interesting, because I think that was supposed to be in Halo Combat Evolved, but it was cut. Yeah, so I remember reading as a child a gaming magazine where it showed off the different variants of warthogs that were cut from the base game. Things like the Rocket Hog made it into the PC version of the game. But the troop carrier, and I think there was a snow canopy or like a snow warthog that was cut. There was one that had gull wing door designs that were cut. Like, this is all like in depth. Like, this is really cool. We even have things like Marines using the Halo 2 stationed machine gun, which was also cut content from Halo 2, because in Halo 2 you could just pick this son of a bitch up and just use it. And that's something we don't see until Halo 3. And now we have like what looks like Flood. Yeah, it looks like Flood actually driving vehicles. Silent Cartographer has been completely overhauled. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, like, the inclusion of things like ODSTs and Halo War designed Marines. Oh, it does look like you can use the machine gun. That's what was cut from Halo 2. So this is the Flood level. There's the Rocket Hog, and it's being piloted by, or driven by, Flood. But yeah, that is one of the warthogs that got cut from the original base game of Halo Combat Evolved, but made it into the PC port. Not the Master Chief Collection, but so back in the day, they would make PC versions of things like Halo 2 and Halo 3, where they would add in stuff that weren't in the base game on the Xbox. So in the PC version of Halo Combat Evolved, they added in more maps. They added in additional weapons that you couldn't get in the base game. So things like the fuel rod gun was one of them. The Rocket Hog was another one of them. And the flamethrower was one of them. So there's Fireteam Raven. Again, super in depth. Like, super in depth with just like all this lore drop. Like, that's so crazy. We have Flood Grunts. which is really cool because we never ever really see like grunts that have been turned into flood. So we have, I think that's an ODST. But yeah, this is so cool. And it's also really cool to see the jackals from Halo 2 in the Halo Combat Evolved like graphics. That's really nice to see. But yeah, that is Sabopool's Halo Combat Evolved overhaul. But let me go ahead and put the music on for you guys real quick because I really gotta fucking pee. And then when we come back, we're gonna play some Cthulhu Cosmic Abyss. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Alrighty, everybody. Hang on for a split second. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and get that game fired up. You guys like my new background? I was gonna say, you guys like my new background there? It's pretty nice. Alright. So... Okay, so where we left off, I actually got through the tutorial. It was... So, the one thing I didn't like about that tutorial was that it was a bit touchy. I had to do it. I had to, like, start and No, I had to stop and restart probably a good couple of, like, maybe 2 or 3 times. Just because if I exit out of the tutorial before it was finished, it basically just locked me in. Like, I couldn't do anything. Yeah, that's from the new Gundam game. I am so excited about that new game because I mentioned this in Damien's stream, was that it reminds me a lot of like Armored Core. So it's almost like this weird love child of Gundam and Armored Core, which I think is really, really cool. So what if I go over here? Is there anything? So I want to kind of explore a little bit. But yeah, so I kind of went ahead a little bit, but not too much. I wanted to make sure that I didn't go too far ahead for you guys. And I know absolutely nothing about this game. I wanted to keep myself kind of spoiler free, so I remember watching Pocket Paris play this, and I really loved it. I mean, like, honestly, if you want to win me over, like, bring me anything that is Lovecraftian, and I will absolutely adore it. But no, I didn't look up any, like, screenshots, or anything like that. So I wanted to keep it as completely, utterly, you know, spoiler-free as possible. The style looks like, kind of, yeah, it kind of does, but the more tankier, blockier aesthetic also kind of reminds me of Armored Core, especially with how the combat looks. And it's also, I think, the second time we ever really get to see Gundams actually fight kaiju. The other time was during the events of a manga. Ooh, what is in here? Is there anything in there? Nope. Is there anything in here? Which, honestly, I like that because it kind of shakes up the whole, like, war is bad mentality that Gundam usually likes to go to. Which, honestly, it's fine. Like, I don't mind that whole message of, like, war is... Ooh, what the... Yeah, I don't mind the whole, like, oh, war is evil and all this other kind of stuff. I don't mind it. But I would like... Oh... But I would like, so, you know, a little bit of variety here and there, you know what I'm saying? Hang on, let me go back. Oh, okay. Rock slide.
The area looks quite unstable.
Indeed it is. Seismic events are often recorded in this region.
Let's not hang around.
Did you change categories? I did. Make sure you refresh your page. Let's see here. But honestly though, like if I really want to like do like another Gundam series, I want something as crazy and off the wall as G Gundam. Like just it lives in its own little world of insanity and it gives absolutely zero fucks. That's something I really would love to see in a Gundam series.
It's still some distance to the station. You should use your suit's thruster to reach it faster.
Oh, I know.
Not bad.
Is there anything down here? No, it still doesn't. Yeah, like I said, refresh the stream because on my end for OBS it does say Cthulhu, so make sure to refresh. I was gonna say, is there anything down here? You did?
Good
Okay.
Lord.
Welcome to Pit Station, Noah.
Yeah, then I don't know what to tell you because I did hit because I did change the category.
So much more colossal than I imagined.
Nothing too ambitious for Ocean Eye. The company has invested billions in its design, with the help of some of the world's wealthiest individuals.
Oh,
Closing
this is
must
gonna
have
be
upset a few
fun.
people.
It does, yeah. Like I said, it's like what I mean. What are you gonna do? But no, it is set to Cthulhu. Let's see here. I'm surprised there's not a lot of wildlife here.
Currents.
Whoa,
Moving forward
okay.
won't be easy.
Outside of like the obviously like the barnacles and stuff like that, but there's really not a whole lot of wildlife here. Oop. Nope. There we go.
What happened here?
Ooh, okay.
It's locked.
I will say this is pretty atmospheric. I kind of like this. Let's see here. Control module, crew quarters. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell happened? Examine. Track? No. Okay. Open the
There
vault.
seems to be a problem with the power supply.
There's not much we can do here.
Let's see
until we
here, 8
figure out
months
how
have
to fix
passed.
The system failure.
8 months have passed since the incident involving Mei Wong. The loss of 2 agents and the appearance of a portal have led Anasil to pursue the investigation begun by you and Elsa. A detailed analysis of Mei's personal belongings has revealed the particular interest Agent Wong held for the Pit Project, the undersea complex belonging to Ocean Eye, the mineral mining company owned by Andrew Marsh. Now, if anything that has taught me about Lovecraft is that if anything that involves the marshes is something that I don't really like to fuck with. Let's see here. Intriguing fact. The excavation zone's instability led to the pit station's closure nearly a year ago. Why was Mei still interested in this? We lack answer. Oh, hang on. So, okay. So there's no power. Oh, we got...
This is the stuff we found in May's basement.
This could be
Okay.
the connection the Ensile is looking for.
What's this?
A fungal organism, apparently. I don't recognize this species. An analysis would allow me to
What the
update my
fuck?
database.
On it.
Oh, it looks kind of like the inside of a cell, almost. Like the ribosomes. Okay, so I guess I gotta look around here. Unknown. Examine. Lichen-like mushrooms. Interesting. So that might be the reason why it's not moving. Because it's clogged up. So how do I get it off? New clue. Strange matter. Similar to the sample sent to Ansil, collected near the temporal portal. Man, I can't read. Activated by Agent Mei Wong. Ansel? There you go, Ansel. Suspects the matter to be living, but beyond the bounds of time. Let's see here. Open the vault. So I guess we'll move it over here. And we can kind of... So then I get... Ooh, why... Oh, nope. There we go. Yes. Okay, so... So that might be... So there's a clue here. So I gotta figure out how... So I gotta find like a... I guess like a tool or something. Let me see. I was gonna say, if I have like a little pickaxe or something, I could probably just pop them off. Is there anything over here by chance?
It's locked.
Okay, so I guess they're all locked. That's where I came from. What the? Bloodstains. Fatal blood loss without immediate medical treatment.
What happened?
So something happened here. And I'm guessing... Yeah, so something happened here that basically led... So I'm wondering if they found like a portal and they opened up and someone went... Or a whole group of people went completely nuts. Like a cult of some kind. See, there's a cord. Alright, so we got blood stains. Anything here that we can use? So we've already scanned that. Track. Examine? Oh, I can't. Okay, so I can't track that yet. Okay, so then why is it highlighting it if I can't really track it? So... is there a... So we got more of that. So there's got to be something, there's got to be some more clues in here. Wonder if that's in it. Oh, no. Examine. Open the vault. So... does that do anything? No. Let's see here. Frequencies, activities. I don't know, guys. Kind of a little bit of a head scratcher. I was gonna say, if there's like, I don't know, like a flamethrower or like a axe or something I could probably use. Strange matter, okay. Does it give me any clues? Similar, let's see here, observation. Similar, okay. Extra dimensional origin. So you have volunteered to continue an investigation. Ansel is counting on us. Okay. So it really doesn't really give us much. What is this? Okay, so... again, is there anything... I feel like there's something missing. I feel like there's something that I'm missing here. Like a tool or something. I feel like that would be... I feel like that would be a clue, but it's not. Is there anything over here? No? I wish they would give you like a tool or something. Can I go back outside? No, I can't. Okay. So... no, there's something that I gotta do here. So there's blood stains. Okay. So there's bloodstains here. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Open the vault? No. Probably used for water overflow. Okay, so can I... well, I'm so glad that I can, you know, check out the pipes. Minor clue. Really not much of anything. Steel pipe. I don't know. I don't know, chat. Maybe I'm just dumb. I say maybe I'm just dumb and I'm not getting it. Oh, what the hell? Let me see here. Door. Door's closed. I don't know. Is there anything over on the files? Can I crouch? Oh, nothing. I don't know. No, controls. Again, why would you highlight if I can't use it?
It's locked.
So there's got to be something down here that I could do. Can I stomp on it? Strange matter. Okay, so it just brings me. So it just brings me back to. Just brings me back to that. So it looks like. So it looks like if I can get rid of the strange matter, then I can power up the facility. I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, guys. I don't know. It looks like... Oh, there we go. Analysis. Let's see here. Rich in proteins, glucose, absence of mycotoxin. Hi, Beans. How you doing? This isn't just chatting upset. Wait, really? Hang on. What the hell? Okay, that's weird because I have it in my OBS to where it has it labeled as Cthulhu, but yet it's still saying that it's just chatting? You said it's not us? Yeah, no, I get that. That's so weird. Yeah, because I hit it like several times already. Yeah, it's saying that stream has been updated successfully. It was? That's weird. That is...
The crew must have been interested in this mushroom's nutritional profile. It's rich in proteins and...
Yeah, no, that's just weird.
You're saying you can absorb it?
Actually,
wait, what?
To conserve its nutritional properties, the ideal means of consumption would be injection.
You want me to shoot this moldy mushroom that we just discovered into my veins?
Yeah,
You need to consume something to be in top form.
Yeah, I
According to their
mean...
data, this should work.
As you do.
Give it a try.
Fine.
Alright. So...
How do you feel?
Yeah, no, I
More alert.
I feel great, yeah. You know, as you do. Like, if you find a random unidentified extra-dimensional, like, fungus, you just inject it in your veins. I like to eat extra-dimensional mushrooms all the fucking time. And what's the worst that could happen? Can I do it with this one? Wait, what did it say? Already analyzed. It's a match. I detected cells similar to those in your biometrical scans. The sap is very dense and moves. That is comforting. Oh, that is so comforting. So I take it that the fungus are going to be kind of like my health? Let me see here. Let's see here, archives. No. No. How do I access my sonar stuff? That's so weird. So, oh, it opened. Oh, there's more of this. That's fantastic. Super. Okay, so we don't really need to do much. Alright. There we go. Oh, great. Oh, great, there's more. So I take it that the fungal stuff is kind of like the beginnings of the infection, I'm guessing? Examine. Get it to, service memo. Get it together. It has recently come to my attention that there has been a lapse of vigilance concerning the condition of used hydrogen canisters. As a reminder, these empty canisters must be identified distinctly from those that are full of evacuated. This is not optional. Consider this memo as a final courtesy warning. It will be the only reminder. The next one will be accompanied by sanctions. So I guess people were just... The fuck? Let's see here. Electronic component. The controllers for this are a little wonk. I'm playing on like controller instead of keyboard. Because they're not very responsive. Let's see here. How do I walk in this game? There we go. Yeah, the controls aren't very responsive. And I don't know if that's just, you know, on my end or what. Let's see here. Reactor control panel. Left reactor canister failure. Canister compromised. Disconnected. Ejection attempt failed. Warning. Canister injection required. Urgent. So I need to get the... So I need to get like a canister. So so I guess I need like a canister of some kind. Take. I'm holding. I'm pressing down. I'm smashing down A, and it's. I swear to God. There we go. Fucking Christ. Okay, need canister. Place. Oh my God. This can hang on, let me see if, what happens if I just disconnect and reconnect. Press L so left trigger to open up sonar frequencies you've collected. Okay. Hydrogen, stimulant, lichen. Okay, I don't know what that did. Oh, favorites. Okay. Place. Alright, so then we need a canister for the other one. So we'll take a canister. Oh wait, hang on. We need to take that one. And then there we go. Interact. So that really didn't do anything. Hydrogen tanks. Okay. So let me see here. So what if I examine them? So these are empty, I'm guessing. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say they are empty. So it says, step 1, empty hydrogen cylinder, removed, installed. Okay, I just did that. Are they not? I was gonna say, are they? Wait, hold up. So wait, what's with the 3s? Wait, is the power thing my health? Let's see here. So those should be I was gonna say, like, that should be it though. Examine. Disconnected, ejected. Let's see here. Left reactor, missing canister, disconnect. Okay. Oh, okay. I see it now. So left one is disconnected. The right one is missing a canister. I just gave them both canisters. So the left one here is disconnected. The question is, how do I reconnect it? Track. Sap is very dense. So I'm wondering... So, okay, so maybe... So I guess this one was fine. But this one has most of the stuff on it. So, is there a way that I can, like... Okay. So how do I activate it then? Let's see here. So reveal the elements that correspond to all. So okay, so okay, so I did that. Okay, so now what? I don't know, chat. Maybe I'm just dumb. Because there's something else going on. So there's something that can there's something that's going on with the extra dimensional sap that I could probably use. So left one is disconnected, the right one is missing a canister. So they both have a canister. So they both have a canister. So they should be fine. So memo has the final, okay. Let me see here, examine. For liquid hydrogen. Is there anywhere else I can put it? So, what now? Because I'm like, I'm honestly halfway tempted to just look up like a guide or something. Because I can't, because it seems like I can't really do much with this sap. Or maybe there is. I was gonna say, maybe there is something that I can do with the sap, and I just don't know how. I don't know. Because it says one, they're... So, let me see here. So, let me take... Okay, so... I don't know, here's where I could probably sit there and say, like, backseating is kind of allowed just because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so there should be a control panel. So that control panel should work. So... let's see here. Alright, so scroll over. So these aren't... So we just pull these ones out. So let's... So I guess we can grab... So I'm going to assume these are not good, I'm going to say. Okay, so... Okay, but that doesn't work. I don't know, the sonar thing's just kind of weird. Let's see, reveal the elements that correspond to all the selected frequencies. Wait, what? Frequencies. So what is it? So what does it mean by... Hang on. Okay, hang on. I'm dead ass probably just gonna look up a guide for this. Let me see here. Normally I don't. Yeah, normally I don't, but I'm also confused as all shit. So let me see here. Cthulhu. See here, cosmic. See here, cosmic abyss. Because it's telling me something about the sonar. And again, maybe it's just because I'm really fucking stupid and I don't understand what the hell is going on. Okay, here we go. So, okay, so I did that. So there is the canister. Hydrogen, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so what the hell am I missing here? Okay, so what the actual hell am I missing? So let me see here. So hydrogen. Okay. So let me take that. Just gonna place that there. Yeah, that's... Yeah, just grab that. Oh, what? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, it was that fucking easy? Okay, that's weird. Okay, so let me take that. Place it down. Wait, but didn't I just do this? Okay, whatever. Alright. There we go. Now we can get going.
Who's there?
Oh!
Who's there?
Oh, that was a deep one.
Noah, are you alright?
Yeah, so
I
that
thought
was...
I saw something. Someone.
I'm detecting a fluctuation
Corrupting
in
is
your
spreading.
brain chemistry.
How bad is it?
Inconsequential for now. I'm setting up an interface to track it. I recommend you focus on the mission.
I'll trust your judgment.
See here, corruption represents the harmful influence of the occult forces growing within you. Nothing can stop it from spreading as you get closer to its source. However, your choices as you solve investigations can either slow this spread or accelerate it. To stay in control up until the very end, look for investigation solutions that protect you from the influences of the Great Old One. Huh. Interesting. 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 Okay. So... how do I crouch? The control screen. Wait, hold up. Oh, okay, I see it now. Oh, yep. Now I see it.
Better get back up to the control room to finish the reboot.
How do I crouch again? I swear to all that is holy, I hate how this control stuff is working in this game. Sometimes the controller wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. What's the fucking controls? Hang on. Here, you know what? How do I walk in this game? So I'm just gonna try it with keyboard, if that actually helps out. Or not, you know, that works too. Oh, it's control is crouch in this game. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, 'cause sometimes it works, sometimes it won't. Let's see here, is there anything else? Any clues? But yeah, so that was so the little fish man we saw was what is known as a deep one. Oh.
This is Andrew Marsh. After years of searching, we found what we're looking for. Evidence of a truth so unfathomable. It will rewrite the history of humankind. The Cyclopean ruins we've discovered during our initial exploration are proof that civilizations rose and fell on Earth in its antediluvian past. Our first manned expedition will lead
I like
the
the animations.
We'll set up a base
Like
camp
he's
from which
like
to
this
conduct our
game's got some
exploration.
good like facial like animation.
If the maze is any indication,
Like he really doesn't come off as really stiff either.
what we're about to see will change our very understanding of the universe. See you in 2 days' time.
Marsh? Here? I thought he disappeared 9
So
months ago.
he
It was
kind of
all over the
cuckoo.
news. He vanished without a trace.
This message was recorded on August 29th.
So they were still here in August, even though they were supposed to have closed down.
Marsh mentioned an underwater city the crew was going to explore. It's possible they're still there.
Maybe. Even if they left, we still need to check out those ruins.
The station is resetting. Now's the time.
Yeah, so I'm guessing this is like oh, for fuck's sake. Copper. Okay. Oh man, I can't just. No, what's pissing me off is just the controls are just being really, really wonky and doesn't really. Why is it just not wanting to work? All right, so connect. Nope, stop it. Fucking Christ. Then move over, grab him. Because he's connected to all of this as well. Connect. So let's actually move him. So let's move him down here. So we'll connect him to that. So they're all kind of connected. If I'm going to be honest.
This is Andrew Marsh. After years of searching,
Okay, so that's just a repeat of what we just listened to. But yeah, so the deep ones are basically, so what they are is that they are another eldritch being, but they are, so what they are, so what basically what deep ones are is that they're kind of like, not really servants, but they are servants of Cthulhu. They are servants to Cthulhu by proxy, right? So they're servants to Cthulhu by proxy because of the deep connections to Father Hydra and Mother no, I'm sorry, not Father Hydra. Father Dagon and Mother Hydra, because both of them are deeply connected to Cthulhu himself.
evidence of a truth so unfathomable.
But
it will rewrite the history of human.
stop. But yeah, so they more or less are kind of servants to him. They kind of follow him.
Kind. The Cyclopean ruins.
Oh
we
my
discovered
god,
during our
stop.
initial exploration are proof that
Jesus Christ. No, I don't want to go out just yet. So, the deep ones are kind of an interesting one because they're kind of like the first real introduction to eldritch creatures, because they're one of the few that can interact, mingle, and breed with people. So they're kind of like a reverse tyrannid. So they're kind of like a reverse tyrannid. Well, no, not really a reverse, but they're more of like they're kind of like a gene stealer, if I want to put it in 40k terms. So how the deep ones kind of operate is that they will impregnate humans, and then what they'll do is that those offspring they'll come out as normal people, right? They'll come out as like pretty much like just a regular old baby. But then as they progress throughout their lives, so they are heralds. Not really. Not really. So how they go about is that they will interbreed with humans, and those humans over time will kind of develop more and more fish/amphibious anatomy. So one of the first telltale signs of a deep one human hybrid is something like, say, they'll start to develop their hands and feet will get a little bit bigger. Their lips will become fatter. Their eyes will start bulging out of their skulls and become more glossy. Then they'll start developing gills. Their hair will start to fall off, until eventually they will have to go to the water and fully become full-fledged deep ones. However, once they do that, they'll be immortal. They just can't die unless something kills them, but they themselves will live forever. Which is very tantalizing if you are someone who's obsessed with immortality. However, if you do so, you are then under the thumb of Hydra and Dagon, and you will also serve Cthulhu, but Cthulhu also has his own minions. They are known as the Star Spawn of Cthulhu, which just look like little mini versions of Cthulhu. And the same thing goes for the deep ones. Deep ones look more of like a smaller version of Father Dagon and Mother Hydra. They're one of the few like eldritch creatures that you can look at without going mad.
Civilizations rose and fell.
All right, fine.
In its antediluvian past.
God damn.
Our first manned expedition we'll leave for the city in 2 days' time. We'll set up a base camp from which to conduct our exploration. If the maze is any indication, what we're about to see will change our very understanding of the universe. See you in 2 days' time.
Examine.
Looks like a diving hook.
I suggest you analyze it. It could be
Yeah, I
useful
did.
in tracing a crew.
Okay, so we're good then.
I'm tracking the station's reboot point.
Although I will say though is that the deep ones are also very violent. So the deep ones are also very violent to outsiders. They will basically either try to kill you or breed with you. And also the deep ones, to my knowledge, I believe they are both male and female. A good example of deep ones is the story The Shadow over Innsmouth. That is a very, very popular and very well-known book by H.P. Lovecraft, which goes more into details about the deep ones and their inner workings, which it's also and also the book is also mostly based around Lovecraft's xenophobia of the time, because also you got to remember this is also the very early 1920s / early 19 teens or whatever. Back in that day, especially where Lovecraft was at. Sorry, I'm like pausing the game because I love talking about, this kind of stuff. Which they are more around based on Lovecraft's xenophobia at the time towards things like I think it's like the Chinese was also one of them as well, also the Italians, and also Irish, because at the time, because he lived in New England, and at the time there was a lot of influx of Chinese, Irish, and Italian immigrants, and a lot of the times especially things like the Irish and the Italians, they lived in ghettos, they lived in slums. And I believe that's where the inspiration for the port town of Innsmouth came from.
In mind, this is no hydrogen extraction site. This is a textbook archaeological dig.
Indeed, this equipment is not adequate for an extraction site.
Yep. But yeah, the deep ones are very, very hostile towards outsiders. Very, very hostile.
So this is it. The maze entrance Marsh mentioned.
What a strange structure. Natural,
Weird.
yet partly carved. Fascinating.
Let's focus on finding a way out.
Go through the maze. Investigation solutions. Once the investigation has begun, the real work starts. There are 2 solutions for each investigation. One strengthens the influence of the Great Old One. This solution increases your corruption. The other reduces the other solution reduces its influence. It heals your corruption. Only one solution can be chosen. Look for the investigation solutions to limit the progression of the corruption. Okay. So the mature lichen. Maze entrance. Interesting. Okay, so that's the current. But yeah, Cthulhu himself is just a very fascinating, because it's funny because I actually brought out my little Cthulhu statue for this as well, because I absolutely love Lovecraft. And actually, funny enough, because I mentioned this in the previous stream, but my favorite book of all time is The Call of Cthulhu. Also, so speaking of Cthulhu, so technically speaking, there is no real proper way to say his name. There's not. Cthulhu's name is designed to be spoken by an alien tongue. Now, if I remember correctly, I think Lovecraft himself has stated that Cthulhu is pronounced with a hard TH. So it's Cthulhu. Almost like you're trying to sneeze it. Now, the other thing is that Cthulhu is also one of the weaker eldritch beings. Now, there are eldritch beings out there that are far more powerful. If you want to put them in a power scaling, there are some that are far more powerful than Cthulhu himself. Those being, I believe, like his brother. Or at least, it's either his brother or its half-brother, which is Hastor. Hastor is the King in Yellow. The King in Yellow is a book that was basically, it's older than Lovecraft's work, but it's one of the works that inspired Lovecraft. But yes, it is his brother, or at least his half-brother, Hastor, who is described to be a little bit more powerful than Cthulhu himself. There are, I believe there's also his cousins. There's also his cousins. There are outer gods like, well, Nyarlathotep, but Nyarlathotep is a being of a far different plane than Cthulhu. Like, if Nyarlathotep wanted to, he could erase Cthulhu from history. He's that strong. Because Nyarlathotep is the son of Azathoth, the blind idiot sultan, who is basically God.
Fascinating. The tablet has improved my capacities.
Let's call that a good thing.
Right. So, out of all the eldritch beings, Azathoth is the strongest, because he, like, everything that we know of in reality, everything that we know in existence, is all because Azathoth dreams it. And if Azathoth were to wake up, we would all cease. He is that strong. Oh, your energy is already reserved at maximum. Okay. But there is oh god, what is his name? Yogg-Sothoth. Yogg-Sothoth is also a outer god that is leagues stronger than Cthulhu, because Azathoth is or not Azathoth, Yogg-Sothoth is one that knows all and sees all. He is both the gatekeeper and the gate to the realm where Cthulhu resides. Let's see here. Do we have anything else? Nope. But yeah, the Eldritch Pantheon is just very, very fascinating, especially when you look more into it. Alright, so... I'm trying to figure out which way would be the most logical in terms of, like, corruption versus non-corruption. Let's see here.
Identifying oceanized diving hooks could help us navigate the maze. Sonar frequencies may prove useful.
Yeah, but I want to do this. So let's do... Okay, so... There we go. So, analyze the hooks. Pick up. So it said analyze the hooks to navigate the maze. So I guess in a way the hooks kinda... I guess the hooks are kind of like your guide, I guess? Exit the maze. Rick, I know you think you're doing what you have to do, but don't wait too long to follow us. I hate writing this, but if Kala takes too much time with Terrell, give her a shove. He is safe in the station. Everything will be all right. The suits are all in the hallway near the entry chamber of the evacuation zone. As for the next step, just follow the path traced by the artifact. Keep your focus on the present, or you might exhaust yourself. See you soon, Stan. So, okay, so exit the maze. So, we have the stone pedestal, the city. So, wait, there was something back over here. It says something about the maze entrance. It was over... I think it was over here somewhere? No. No, it was by the, giant pillar here. Where did I see it? Ah, yep, right here. Let's see here.
Key, is it me or are we running in circles?
I've also noted the anomaly. Your movements make no spatial sense. You shouldn't be here.
This is impossible.
I wonder if the crew also experienced this phenomenon.
Yep,
Yeah,
okay.
So how did they get past it?
So then, yeah, I guess follow the hooks. Deduction to solve. So, how did Marsh's crew manage to make it way through the labyrinth? So we'll move that. So we'll move that over here for now. So we'll track that. Additional information. We discovered that the pit station has never really stopped its activities. More surprising, Andrew Marsh is in person. Is overseeing operations. The billionaire seems to have discovered an underwater city hidden behind a labyrinth. While attempting to cross the maze, we encountered an obstacle defying the laws of space-time. The rooms inside the maze loop back to themselves. Our progress has been greatly impacted. Regardless of the setback, our mission is not yet compromised. Andrew Marsh and his team were able to pass through. It is now up to us to discover how. So, lifeline. Yeah, no, like. So, more than likely, we'll not only see Cthulhu, but probably Dagon and Hydra. What the? Examine. Ancient structure. Of course, hang on. Let's see here. Composition. The rock was made from a celestial material, probably a porous meteorite. The mineral composition seems to change from one scan to the next without any visual alteration. Hypothesis. This phenomenon is a scientific aberration. According to the data, this rock does not obey physical laws and is creating spatial disturbances. Weird. So... That's where we just came from. Okay. So then, yeah, go ahead and follow...
The station reboot is complete. The main complex can now be investigated.
Still a better option than going around in circles here.
So I guess we can go back to the... Okay, so we can't go that way. Interesting.
This place is fucking with us.
A non-Euclidean space. It's remarkable. Unprecedented.
Yeah, great. But we're still running around in circles.
See here, pedestal. So... examine. So... oh, return to the station. Okay. So... what the heck? I was gonna say, how the hell did we... oh, up here. I didn't like that.
The lights. The reset must be complete.
I don't like that sound, actually. I did not like that sound. Question is... the question is, where the fuck do I go again? Oh, here we go. Okay, so...
The whole crew managed to cross the maze. We must have missed something.
We'll find our answers in the station.
Hope so. I refuse to go back up now, not without understanding what's going on down here.
oh, this door can now be opened. Oh, it's like a crew quarter. So they've had to have like some kind of guide. They must have had like a guide or something to help them get through the maze. There's no way that they could have just gone through that maze by themselves. Influence of the artifact. I compiled my note. I compiled my notes from previous months. The archives confirmed what I've been observing. The psychological state of the team is degrading at an alarming rate. Yes, of course, it could be logical to observe a certain degradation of team morale and mental health as the mission is prolonged. Time is a crucial factor in a confined space. But this is not what's unfolding here. Today is the 21st. 17 employees out of 36 have come to see me for sleeping problems, nightmares, or insomnia. Last month there were only 5 cases. I was forced to prescribe several anti-anxiety treatments and increase the dosage to patients already on medication. I've noticed several altercations between members of the team that require several stitches. Several reports are piled up on my desk. Something is happening, Mr. I read that as Mr. Hash. Mr. Marsh. Whether you like it or not, I understand this mission is crucial to you. But this artifact is not worth your crew's health. You must act. Hypothesis. This email leads to believe that there is a relationship between the artifact and the deterioration of the mental health of the crew. Andrew Marsh does not seem to be concerned about it. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, yeah, so Marsh is a name from the Dunwich Horror. Now, with the Dunwich Horror, they were more or less trying to look for a copy of the Necronomicon, so that way they can open up a portal to bring Yog-Sothoth through. And not only that, but I also believe to bring the titular Dunwich Horror into the realm of the Outer Gods. Oh, there's blood. Lots of blood. That's concerning. And we got some ichor. That's also very concerning. There's a lot of concerning elements going on here. So everyone's just going absolutely fucking nuts. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Okay, so... yeah, I don't know why this game is just going all fuck all with the controls. See here. Hello, everyone. We ask you to avoid all activity near the green sector if possible. I don't like that. If possible, the maintenance team is on site today to replace the recently compromised pipes in the new titanium conduits. Thanks. I have a feeling something's gonna pop up. I was gonna say that swell kind of got me going. I ain't gonna lie. So one of the other things that the Deep Ones do is that they also protect Cthulhu's daughter. So Cthulhu does have a daughter, and her name is Cthulhu. She is guarded. I think she's somewhere in R'lyeh, which is Cthulhu's city. Now, her job is to give birth to Cthulhu. So, yes. So, basically, his daughter is to basically rebirth her father in case he dies. Because right now, Cthulhu himself is in a state of... oh, that's lovely. Oh, I love the fact that... oh!
Fucking hell. What the fuck is going on?
There's a corpse caught in the mass.
Yeah, I see it.
Burn it.
Looks like the sap we saw in the engine room.
Same we found at May's place. Shit. What the hell happened?
Oh, that's lovely. Yep, nope. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a little bit. But yeah, so Cthulhu is in charge of rebirthing her father in the case that that he actually dies. So so Cthulhu right now, in terms of what he is, so he's in a state of what is essentially a not a coma, or not as what we would call a coma. He is in a what they call in a death-like slumber. Right, so he is in a death-like in a death-like slumber. So he's not dead, nor is he alive. He will influence your so how he gets to you is that he will influence your dreams. That is disturbing. Let's see here. Anastasia Wolejko? Yeah, and there's also a fucking arm. Human arm. Yep, surprise, surprise, it belongs to Anastasia.
Fuck.
A human does not possess the strength to rip a limb from a body without mechanical augmentation.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, so it was a deep one. Okay. Yeah, so, deep one. Let's see here. Hypothesis. Though these incisions are not very deep, the force applied to scratch the rock must have been significant. Composition. Traces of alpha keratin, detection of another substance in quantities too small for creation of a pertinent research sample. So whatever made this was both very strong, but also had very sharp claws.
They're deep. What could have made them?
Using the substance you found in the sonar frequency might shed some light on the matter.
I can give it a try.
Oh wait, what? That just kind of forced me into... That's kind of funny. Okay, that kind of fucked with me, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, okay, so that just kind of brought me around. Interesting, okay. So we got the medical room. Decontamination chamber. So let's kind of bring all of these around. All right. So we are now in an ad break. So I am going to run some ads while I get up and stretch real quick. And then we will be right back, everybody. All right, guys, you ready? All right. Let us continue. So this must be like a science wing or something. Yeah, this is like a science wing or something. Unknown. Whoa, what the fuck? Photos of the excavation site. Oh wait, hold up. Let's see here. We're gonna save that. It looks like there's multiple of these. Oh, wait. Maybe these can help me get through the maze. Maybe. Just thinking about that. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. So we have photos of the excavation site. So that's a key card. Albert Camille, biologist. So, oh, maybe these are it? Or not. Now, where would you put... Now, where would you put photos? Because these gotta go somewhere. Yeah, so this is like the science wing. Let's see here. Preparatory notes for the exploration minutes. Was decided 2 days early to carry a preliminary foray into the structure revealed through drilling. Here we go. Let's see here. From Lily, so transcriptions from Lily, Bowden to Obrick and analysis team. Let's see here. Is playing innocent, but he's just as effective as... Okay, so something happened. So something happened. But the question is what? Let's see here. Iconic. We notice the presence of a pedestal that seems to have served a dual purpose, a milestone for the maze, a way to mark its symbolic importance, and also as a support for the artifact that noted the observation diffusion effect after the association with the pedestal plus artifact. Seems to highlight the religious and or cultural role of the ensemble. Working as a sort of torch, the artifact on its pedestal guides the traveler through the paths of the labyrinth, which is insurmountable without it. Okay. So we got a lot of clues here now. So I'm guessing maybe that's... Maybe we need what's inside of it?
It's locked.
This appears to be a badge reader.
Say no more.
I'm sorry, like, no, that musical swell kind of got to me. F. Take it out. Place.
Didn't work.
Okay, so maybe that's not the right badge? I'm going to assume. Is there another badge somewhere? I don't think I see another, like, key card. You sure?
Still closed.
So we gotta find another key card. What are these? Okay, so I guess that's really not much of anything. Is there anything underneath? No. Oh.
Oh man, the smell.
I detect a high concentration of iron, ammonia, and...
Sweat. Blood, piss, and sweat.
Oh, this is lovely. Riley... Oh god, hang on. My Eldritch might be a little bit off here. Riley Zot. So they're talking about something about Riley. And like I mentioned earlier, Riley or Relay, or Relaya, again, there's no real way of pronouncing it correctly. So, Relay is Cthulhu's, basically his city. Terrell Curtis, mechanic, employed by Ocean One, or Ocean Eye. So we got a broken monitor. So this is all written in blood. That's lovely. Multiple splatters across the walls and floor. The blood was used to draw strange formulas. More of it. Oh, so they all say the same thing. Okay. That's lovely. So everyone just kind of went mad. Which sounds about right. I'm trying really hard not to go to the room with the corpse. Because if I do, I know something's gonna happen. I really don't want to go to the room with the corpse. But I probably have to. Okay, so science wing. Nope. Okay. So that's where we can go outside. So those doors are locked, so we don't really need to worry about that. Analyze. See here, lifeless body, male, mid-40s, with deep wounds found on the frontal regions of the skull. The victim is covered in the same greenish substance found in the hallway leading to the machine room. Hypothesis: the material seems to have spread from Terrell's corpse. Presence of an unknown substance in the brain region I detect similar to those found in your biometrical scans. Interesting.
There's significant blunt force trauma to the head. The marks around the contusions do not match any weapons in my database.
So he fell.
The only wound is to the skull. It seems unlikely this was due to a fall.
Hey, what the fuck? Oh, I thought my vision was getting blurry for half a second there. Okay. Oh yay, let's follow the blood trail. What could go wrong? I feel like I'm about to find out what went wrong in that room. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong, right? Alright, so, you know, honestly, I honestly thought something was gonna pop out. But we do need a key card. Unknown.
Great. So, Mr. Marsh, about this temple, could you describe exactly what you saw there? What were its dimensions, for example, or the layout of its structure?
It was a large building, consisting of several wings. There were large pillars, several altars, basins.
Would you be able to link a specific time period to all this, even vaguely?
I don't have your eye, Miss Oleshko. All I can tell you is that the whole thing looked very old, antique.
That's a start.
Don't worry.
Yeah, no, it's a start, all right. It's a start. I don't want to follow up though.
You're planning an expedition so early?
We've been going around in circles in this damn maze for 8 months now. I believe you've had ample time to carry out all the analysis you wanted. We need to move forward.
I understand. Anna, please stop the recording.
So, whatever is in the temple, right? Whatever's in that temple really's gotten Marsh all gun-ho about. Like, it sounds like this dude is obsessed to the point where it basically cost him his entire crew. Basically. so this key card here. So the key card doesn't work. So the key card doesn't work here. So, but this is meant for something, but we don't know what that something is. But honestly, I'm probably going to stop it here for the day just because the controls here are really kind of... The controls are really kind of pissing me off just because of... I don't know what it's up with this. I'll probably have to, like, restart the PC or something like that, but yeah, no, that's where we're going to probably end it here just because the controls are just really, really kind of making me a little upset because I'm constantly having to switch from keyboard to controller to, you know, just back and forth, and I don't know why it's being like that. But no, like, I am very intrigued by it. Like, this is actually, like, turning out to be a really good game, and this is actually something I genuinely want out of a game based on H.P. Lovecraft's work, is that I want a game that is, like, actual horror. Where I want to... Like, it's something that I want to be scared. Is what I'm saying. Like, other Lovecraftian games I like. Things like what was it? I think it was called The Shore. The Shore was fine for something that was kind of like on the surrealism and the artsy kind of side of it. The Call of Cthulhu games, they're fun too. Like, I like the Call of Cthulhu games, but they're not really so much of like horror. They're more of like, I would probably say they're more of like, say, like, just an action game, I would honestly say. But this is something that I really want. I really want a Lovecraftian game where I feel scared. And I'm not gonna lie, the musical shrills and swells kind of get to me. I'm not gonna lie, they kind of got to me. And that's something that I really, really like. And it's something that I really, really want. No, I'm definitely going to be playing this a lot more. Yeah, this is something I'm going to be playing a lot more now. Sorry that I got caught on the first real puzzle like a complete and total dumbass. The one thing I can sit there and say I'm not the biggest fan of when it comes to this game, it feels like there's a lot of like gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like there's a lot of, and I do mean like a lot of gimmicks. I'm not too big on that. But also because it kind of reminds me a little bit of what is it called? Because I was just playing it. It was another, funny enough, it was another Lovecraftian game. It was, what was it? It wasn't Call of Cthulhu. It was something else that I was playing. It was something that CJ got for me. It might have been Call of Cthulhu. It might have been. It might have been. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that one. It was something else. It was something else. I'm gonna find it real quick because it's in my library. It's in my Steam library. Let me find it. What was it called? Stygian. That's what it was. Stygian. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Stygian. where it has a lot of like gimmick mechanics and stuff like that to kind of help solve a crime. Which again, not too bad, but it feels a little bogged down. I will say this though, I will give them points for creativity. I will definitely say that though. But that's where we're gonna end it here. Next week, let me see here. Let me just double check here real quick. So next week, so next Friday, more specifically, I do have my summer outfit debut, and I'm really excited for that. I've wanted to fully debut it since last year, but I've had to go and revise some things because some certain people were in it and now they're gone, thank God. Now I had to go and revise mainly the background and the summer outfit itself, but now I'm very happy to debut it now, and I think you guys are gonna like it. It literally, so the summer outfit actually kind of stemmed from my friend Akami, because she would always call me the Twinkosaurus. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what? Bet. So the coloration of the outfit and the shirt itself is literally just a reference to Akami. Because my 2.0, the whole thing about it is that a lot of my friends are referenced in all of this. So, and speaking of which, we're going to raid one of my very dear friends. We are going to raid Chimeras because that little crackhead is on her Sims obsession. And of course, she's got her husband's Ghost and... oh god, what's the other one? Koldnik. She's got both of them in her little Sims game, so we're gonna go say hi to Chimeras, and I should have a schedule up here by Sunday, and I still gotta work on some videos on Sunday as well. So until then, everyone, I'll catch you all later, and let's go say hi to Chimeras.